Hey family, welcome to Just K. We're talking about shadow work as part of spiritual health. Um, Excuse what's going on here. It's one of them days. And because it's one of them days, I thought I would let you know how I'm doing on my shadow work. It's one thing to talk about a subject, but I want you to know how I'm doing. So let's start with the body. I'm doing okay. There's some things going on. As I mentioned in one of my videos before, the weather messes with me a lot. So when the seasons are changing, or when there's an abrupt change from hot to cold or cold to hot, which has kind of been what's been going on in Washington State, where I'm from. And so what that does to me is gives me arthritic type pains in my body. It makes me extremely fatigued, and at the same time, also really hard to sleep. So that's what's been going on with my body. I'll take note of, I don't know if you can see it. I guess let's see if I can. If you look at my older videos, there's this big lump right here that was a lot bigger that I went to the doctor for. And they told me to just wait and watch it grow until it's time to have surgery on it. I've had so many surgeries. I'm really not trying to do that again. And so I added sodium back to my diet, meaning I added iodized salt. Instead of using sea salt and Himalayan salt, I also added regular iodine salt also to my diet, which has dramatically shrunk the lump. So that's where physically it's going. I won't talk about my frustration with the doctors, but let's move on to my mind. It's been pretty okay. There are things that stress me. There are a few things that I still get down about, but for the most part, I can handle it and I can hang. The talking to my ancestors, the libations, all that stuff has brought me to this point where I feel like the average person my age should be, meaning you handle most situations. I think about the 7 laws of Thoth, and I literally aspire to be a cool, even keel person no matter what. My soul, I feel like it's better and better every day. The more I learn about the things about my culture and my heritage that I didn't know, the more powerful I feel as a person. When we talk about shadow work, I want to make it clear that it's not a bash yourself type thing. It's something that goes along with self-care. It's like having a therapy day and then a spa day the day after. So that's basically, what I've been doing. Trying to get into spending more time doing self-care. It's easy to take care of other people, and it's not always so easy to take care of yourself, especially as a mom who's raised children and things of that nature. But the things I talk about, I do apply, and it is working. It's not a cure all, be all, fix all, be a perfect person. But I don't believe in perfection as humans. I believe that we as humans are like everything else in the world, the Fibonacci sequence. And so I'm working on this, still working on my shadow work, um, which would include a lot of childhood traumas. It would include mother issues, things of that nature that I'm working on, and I feel like I'm in a good space. As I work on these things, I still manifest better, a better mindset, a higher consciousness, a better quality of life, more money, um, The only thing I don't manifest for is fame, because who needs all that trouble, right? But it's working and I'm doing my work, and I cannot wait to hit you guys again next week with some more culturally spiritual topics that can help us in our shadow work. I feel like if we can get in touch with the way our ancestors did things, it doesn't mean we will do things exactly that way. Times are very different, and we have a lot more, we're dealing with a lot more just in the simple fact of convenience that has a spiraling effect, I will say. That means we can't live life exactly that way, but we can sure use that as a guide and get pretty close. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you watching my videos. I hope you enjoy hearing things about culture that I'm extremely proud of, but a history, his story that has been hidden from us for so long. Not only do I want you to enjoy hearing about it, I want you to get something from it in the same manner that I am. So that's how I'm doing. How's your breathing? How are you doing? How's your shadow work coming along? Thank you for taking time to watch this. Please remember to like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell, because next week we're going to get into some more culturally spiritual ideas. We're going to go out of Egypt and into other parts of Africa and see what our ancestors did and see how they maintained their spiritual concepts, and see if we can bring some of that here in our lives. I will eventually do videos about meditation and things of that nature, because that's something I'm working on. But I'm going to be honest, it's really hard for me to keep my mind still. I think it's one thing to live in the moment, and it's another thing to still your mind. So I'm not necessarily, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll get there. But I will say that the shadow work I'm doing is overall very helpful. My body doesn't always do what it's supposed to do, but I'm remembering to keep it moving. I walk twice a day, every day. When I can, I exercise in the morning. I pay attention to what goes in my body. Do I do I do everything perfect? That's how I'll say it. No. Am I working on it? Absolutely. So I hope that as I'm helping myself, I'm also helping you. And that's why I share these videos. I love you so much. I thank you. I'm going to remind you again, like, subscribe, and click on that notification bell. And I will see you next week for the end part of our Shadow Work series, part 3. Until then, I love you, and thank you for joining me. Bye.